It's hard to shoot. That's the first thing you need to know about the North American Arms Ranger II. Welcome to the bunker of the Nut and Fancy Project. This is an update to my 2017 review of the North American Arms Pug. Here's a different variety of 22 Magnum. This is a Ranger II top brake. Show them how it works, bro.
Top brake is real cool.
Ladies and gentlemen of TMP, Tactical Doodle. So I decided to do like a mini update review on this thing. So I got it from Gunny's, the great American gun store, thanks to Wyatt and company. It is on loan via 4473, kind of a hassle. Got it. Kind of a hassle. But it was intriguing that they had a top brake, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at what we got for them. Show them.
It's quite exciting.
Oh, look at that. Too much background noise, Nut and Fancy. How about now? Now flip it around. Go pure white background on them. Ooh, I think the blue's better.
I like the blue.
Blue is awesome. So it was intriguing. We're like, oh, awesome. You know, top brake, quicker reload. The nemesis of all these North American Arms, tiny little 22 pistols, whether you're getting it in 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum, wouldn't you say? It's just basically you're going to fire it once and not reload. I said that in my original review back in 2017. So that's why we got it. It's like, oh, cool, we can reload it quickly. We're going to get to whether that is a fact or not in this bunker review. But first, I want to reiterate how difficult this thing is to shoot. Tactical Doodle, take it away.
I mean, if you just look at it, you can tell it wasn't really designed to ergonomically fit a human hand. Maybe if you're like a tiny, small, toddler-sized person, maybe, but most of the time it's just not really easy to shoot. It slips around in your hands because for whatever reason they decided it didn't need any jimping, any traction. They made like...
Give me that background again. That way if the dude's like getting sick, he's like, hey dude, I can't see the gun. We're also going to be rolling in shooting footage, both of the Pug and also this NAA Ranger II. There's quite a bit actually. So you'll be bouncing out of the bunker into an indoor range and also out in the desert. Getting to your point on the design, though, it's a takeoff on an old-timey pistol, 1800s.
It's not a great excuse, though.
But that's its design influence, obviously, and getting to that point, they weren't super concerned with ergos back then.
But we're concerned with ergos now, and we want to be able to shoot it now. If I were, like, cheating at a poker game in the Old West, then, okay, I could deal with a slippery little Derringer. If I'm squaring off against Sherlock Holmes and the underground of London, okay, it's part of the tradition.
That's actually a really good point. And your point is actually, why don't they come up with a modern reinterpretation of this concept? So let's break away from the 1800s design and let's do something super modern. Maybe it's polymer with a stainless steel barrel insert. Same size, same weight, better grips, better sights, much better ease of reloading. We haven't got there yet, so you're hearing it from TMP to NAA. Let's get her done.
Even just like finger choils there. You can do a lot with just 2 fingers width and just
You were kidding about jimping, but yeah, you could
I wasn't kidding.
Oh, I thought you were.
Look, like this 1911. Look at the traction
so
they
that's
put on it.
Checkering.
Yeah.
Checkering.
Dude, this thing, for the amount it costs, though, you're telling me they can't have Ron do a couple more machine ops
Ron, put it in the jimping machine, and let's see if we can improve this. By the way, I'm working, I don't know, a cold or something, so bear with me. The show goes on. Here's a paper. We're going to start off with this, of how it is difficult to shoot. This is actually Tactical Doodle today. That was at what? That's pretty close. That's like 4 yards or something. Then going out to the desert operationally, this is me, like last month, working with, I think this is a Ranger II. Yeah, it is. Taking my time. This is just at 5 yards, and this is me taking my time. And you can see where my aiming, I said, aiming low, 8 inches. It wasn't really printing point of aim. I would say that's on par for a little tiny pocket pistol, and this is actually tinier than a pocket pistol. Let's call it a hideout pistol. Let's go back to the North American Arms Pug. This is in 2016. You'll have some notes here that I took at the time on that gun, like light primer strikes. I think that was ammo related. That was at it's Cellar & Bella, which has turned out to be a really awful 22 Magnum load. I will never buy that again. Once we upgraded CCI Maxi Mag, not Maxi Pad, Maxi Mag,
CCI Maxi.
We're good. So that was a little bit better accuracy. You'll remember that had the XS Big Dot on it.
I really did like those sights on that.
I do.
They were awesome.
And interestingly, we bought that Pug. So it's in actually my trailer. I shouldn't tell him that, but yeah, it's serving proudly in certain philosophies of use. So yeah, XS sights, you know, here. Okay. Middle left. Why does it always do that? Shooting high, really high. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it slowly. I gotta aim really low. This is a phenomenal group, and I forget, 5 yards. I would never push this thing past 5 yards. So very difficult to shoot. You're going to have to practice with it a lot, and if that's all you're doing is practicing with your North American Arms Ranger II, Pug, what's some other models they make? Black Widow, Mini Master, whatever. That's a sad life. Sad life. So sad. I feel bad for you. By the way, you can put your shades on now. You got them on your head.
Yeah.
He forgot about him. He's got the Randy. What are they called? Randy the Macho Man Savage.
I look like I should be endorsing beef jerky or something.
Hit it. So we're going to kind of go backwards. How did it shoot? It shot like you'd expect. We got the 22 Magnum version, of course. You can Google the velocities on that. I talked about them in my 2016 review. Better than a long rifle. It's just an inch barrel. Okay, so you're going to need all you can get. You're going to have a lot of unburned powder. There's just not enough length there for the powder burn to complete its sequence. You know the score on that. If I'm going to get a North American Arms, if I'm going to put in a hideout gun philosophy of use, like you're a police officer or something, it's going to go in an ankle carry or something, I'm going to definitely go with a 22 Magnum, for sure. And knowing that it's going to be a single action, cock and fire, just like you know about the North American Arms. It's slow. And also the grips are those rosewood bird's head grip panels, and which, by the way, they came loose during shooting. Not a big deal. We could put some blue Loctite. Yeah, I've tightened them up. We actually shot this quite a bit for this update review.
You can actually see the amount of gap there is in there.
Tap it and then hear it. Not a big deal. Now, should they blue Loctite that from the factory? That's a big gap right there. Look at that.
It's huge.
Look at this. I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, it's an easy fix, though.
But why? I'm the consumer. The amount this thing. If this.
What if you want to take the grips off and change them? That's why. Although blue Loctite, you could do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, this is an expensive little gun.
It is expensive.
If it were
the retail on this is
$125, yeah, okay.
$480 retail on this.
Holy North American. Hell! $480.
Relax. Relax.
The Black Widow grips, I will say, I'll admit, those are better than this.
Yeah, and did you write all that stuff down you get on Amazon, your upgrades, like the grips and stuff?
Yeah, I tried hunting for, like, if I were to buy this, how would I bring it up to, I don't know, even 1970s level mods. So you have some options. Some of the grips are okay. You have some cute holster options, like you said.
My North American pug that I'm running in a neck Kydex holster I got off of Amazon. And I'm actually pretty happy with that. Not that I carry it that frequently. I do not. But it hangs in a certain location and it blends nice. It's really nice and it doesn't absorb water. So we may put some links below if you do have a NAA 22 Mag 22 of some of our favorite accessories. And if I think about it, I'll just put in parentheses what I think about that accessory. Blah, blah, blah. How'd it shoot? Slow, and you got to be careful. This is really a contact distance gun. I think I said that in my 2016 review. No big surprise. We know that. It's not a lot of velocity. Beats the crap out of the 22 long rifle for sure. But it can achieve decent accuracy like I said. Tactical Doodle, how did you find the grip and the consistency of the grip for you? You've kind of alluded to it.
Oh, so slippery and just it moves around because the 22 mag has a little more recoil. And this beautiful, gentle, I guess traditional and classic slope is almost custom made so it will slip out of your hand as it recoils. So you're constantly having to reposition. You can grab it real tight, but then your thumb, at least mine does, my thumb would constantly hit onto the front of the cylinder.
This is what I just heard you say. Blah, blah, blah. My technique sucked.
Yeah.
So you can overcome that with practicing. And we were discussing grip, and he hasn't shot this much. I mean, since 2016, he hasn't shot it. But getting back to it, you need to practice with it. If you're going to carry it, practice with it. Is it fun shooting? Would I put this in a recreational philosophy of use? I don't have fun shooting the pugs. It's too slow to reload. You only have 5 shots. There's so many other guns I'd much rather shoot than this.
And honestly, the top brake is like one of the coolest designs in firearms. It kind of surprises me that they were able to take that and somehow suck the fun out of it.
I will admit I had kind of a little fantasy going on with this gun about how it would reload.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be like a Webley, that you would crank it, and I knew it wasn't this way. I knew it, but I was hoping that as that star ejector popped out, it was spring-loaded, and it would actually pop those casings out. It does not do that. We're going to show you video of how they actually get pretty lodged in there. You're going to have to keep those charging holes pretty clean in the cylinder, because if you don't, they're going to stick. And I just found myself having to pluck each one out painfully. It really didn't provide any advantage in the reload. Did you think so?
Yeah. I tried popping it fast. I tried making sure you're nice and positive and firm, and it's still, I mean, at best you can get them most of the way out. But
you can do this. You can take your cylinder out and then put another cylinder in. But I don't think even that's that fast, right?
That would probably be, if I were carrying this, I would probably have at least one other cylinder.
The advantage of the top brake on the Ranger II is that it is doing that, like swapping out a cylinder would be much faster than a traditional, you pull the cylinder pin out and then you lose a cylinder pin. I said in my initial review, I'll say it here, that it's basically 5 shots and you're done.
Yeah.
Maybe you might be able to reload your Ranger II. What we are waiting for, Tactical Doodle and myself, hugely, is for a proper top brake auto-ejecting revolver to come out. Several, kind of like, here we go. You ready? The Webley. Nothing fancy, you magnificent bastard. Yeah, we have a Webley on loan. It's not our gun. It's on loan from a certain individual. Thank you very much. And we love this gun.
Love it.
Now, this gun is historical, of course. It was awesome. And for its time, is actually rather advanced, right? So this is how you do an auto-ejecting revolver. Boom. And they come flying out of there. Now, that's going to take more weight, more complexity, a spring, and honestly, I just don't think it's going to work in the form factor of the North American arms. There's no way. I shouldn't say there's no way. You're just going to have to get super creative, but how cool would that be?
It would be awesome.
So you fire 5 shots, boom, 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 boom. You pop it out, they auto-eject, and you have a mini reloader. Now you're talking. Now you watch the sales of this gun fly. So if you could do that, North American, then you got something. Remember, the idea originated right here in the bunker, Nothing Fancy Project. By the way, Smith & Wesson Ruger, you should be building pistols like the Webley. Holy freak, how did they not figure that out? Well, it can't take a much more powerful a very powerful cartridge. They can figure it out. There's new materials. We're not back in 1930 anymore. If we can figure out how to make an AR-10 the size of an AR-15, we can figure this out with updated materials and designs. Make it a 38 special, 357, heck, 10 mm.
Wouldn't that be cool?
with star clips or moon clips. Boom, pops those out. Come with a speed loader, back in action. It's just cool.
I think Arsenal actually had
It's Hellboy cool.
Arsenal had a top break revolver not too long ago. It was a couple years back, and they were going to import it to the U.S., but then...
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
Here we sit, nothing. So the industry, not just NAA, but all the revolver manufacturers, there's not many, Taurus, Smith & Wesson, Ruger. Colt's come back out with it again. They need to get with it and make it. Features of this gun are as follows. We just have a little bead sight. We talked about the barrel. This is not a bull barrel on this particular version. Again, it does come in 22 long rifle. We have a serrated single hammer. It's 17-4, I believe, stainless steel. It's a high quality manufacturer in the great state of Utah by NAA. Really easy and crisp single action trigger. I'm not going to weigh it right here. We talked about the grips and all the advantages and disadvantages of it. And there's no trigger guard too. So, oh, and by the way, when you carry it, you're going to carry it between cylinders too. I think I mentioned that in the original review. So 5 in the cylinder and then between cylinder hole, or between charging holes, sorry. And then cock and go to it. Philosophy of use, again, hideout gun, recreational, absolutely not. Home defense, absolutely not. Vehicle gun, absolutely not. What you're seeing is basically a very narrow, in our opinion, application for this gun. Anything to add?
It's great if you're cheating at Texas Hold'em, another POU. As I said, facing down Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Preferably in a sewer,
or
maybe
if
on a bridge.
You have one of those super cool auto-ejecting, you know, like wrist holsters, comes right out.
If you're in the Wild West.
That's it.
Not the old one.
No, the movie.
The good one with Will Smith.
Oh, yeah. He's being sarcastic. Reverse
Hunting.
those. The one with whoever it was, the original Wild West, was pretty cool.
Hunting vampires, I've seen it used for. Pretty sure. Steampunk reenactment.
No, or what I use my pug for, it's just a special purpose gun that in a special location that no one would expect. You could carry this in a lot of different places that you can't carry another gun. What?
Talking like a
No,
gun?
not crotch carry. I think you're going there. I'm not going there right now. Maybe later.
That's good. It's too acidic.
Okay, so we talked about how it's shot. We showed you the accuracy. Features are pretty simplistic. We mentioned some of the other models. The Black Widow has that much better polymer grip. I mentioned these before. Mini Master, 4-inch barrel. Really a different creature. Marble sights. Those are really good sights. That actually could be a recreational gun. I'm talking about the Mini Master. You go out and shoot. I mentioned that before. Do you have something to say?
No, I'm just holding it so I have something to look at.
Now, if we go to hideout/backup pistol, this would not be my first choice. It wouldn't be my second, my third, my fourth probably. I'm going to tell you what I've always said, and I would go with a freaking 950 Jetfire by Beretta, discontinued. Moment of silence, please, while we wish this gun was still produced. Again, I'll say, if this gun was produced, where's the card so they can see it better? Would it sell? So Beretta comes out with a 950 Jetfire and 25 ACP. I don't really know if people would buy it, Nowadays, would they go, oh yeah, that's a great gun? I think most people would probably scoff at a 25 ACP, but remember the application. This is a hideout gun. It's going to go in an ankle holster. It could go in a wallet holster. So many locations, and this is an 8+1. Fast as you can fire. It's going to be a little bit more powerful, absolutely reliable, very, very accurate. I mean, I can show you the groups I shot with the Jetfire. I don't know if I have a target here, but I don't think I do.
I don't see one.
This is what I get. So would I buy the NAA Ranger II? It'll be a qualified yes. Would I buy it over a pug? I really don't have an answer for that. I mean, I like the NAA that you can break it open and swap cylinders out much more quickly. I do like the break open feature of it. I think the sights, excess sights on the pug are a little bit better suited. Don't you?
Way better.
For high stress shooting and stuff, that's what I think. So how about you? Would you buy one?
That's where...
Remember the cost, too. The cost is high.
The cost is so high for what you're getting. It's just... I'm a little hard on it because I see stuff in it that I genuinely like, and I could really fall in love with it if it were configured better than it is now. As it is, if you have another cylinder, so now you're carrying this in addition to maybe 1 or 2 extra cylinders, that's a lot of space you're taking up, and if we're just talking function, if it's my primary carry gun, I'd rather take like an LCP2 or a P3AT.
Oh, there you go. Now you're talking.
I mean, 10 rounds of 22 mag is nice and all, but for that form factor, for that size, why not just make the
Kel-Tec
jump to-
P32 and 32
Yeah.
32 ACP. I
Totally.
mentioned that, and that is an outstanding backup pistol. P3AT, LCP2 is probably our favorite.
Dude, LCP2.
It's not this small though.
Think of how many mags you could buy in addition for the price
Quick
of
to
this.
reload, 380 with the right load hits surprisingly hard actually for its size. The new loads for 380 they have for several years now have kind of they've outmoded the form factor. It's almost like you're shooting a 9mm with some of those loads. That's it from the bunker. The North American Arms Ranger II. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for becoming and staying TMP Patreon members. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're done.